afternoon, everybody, from Starkey Farmstead. Okay, so today's video is going to be all about a large homeschooling group that came out today and just soaked up the system of sustainable, closed-loop farming, regenerative, natural, organic. It was such a privilege to just help mold our next generation of Americans and to see these kids get to come in contact with things like black soldier larvae, to see them be able to feed rabbits the way that they naturally should be fed, to watch them eat freshly pickled cucumbers, and to try quail eggs for the first time in their life. It was a lot of fun. I just want to do a quick shout out to Cleta and to Bahia Nightingale for making this possible through a generous grant. And so I just want to encourage you guys, if you have children, whether you're homeschooling, Christian schools, or public education, our kids have a great desire to learn, guys. And they need to be able to come out and see a small, sustainable farmstead in action. And it's great for the parents. It's a good opportunity for you to hear us talk about how we're doing this debt-free, how we recycle, how we naturally cure our animals of disease, how we use these systems in a way that it's less work for me and the animals thrive. Because in one section you'll see us talking about how many chickens and quail and rabbits we have in one main cage, actually where the German Shepherd sleeps. And a lady had a great question. She said, do you have anything that tries to get to your chickens? And I answered it. I said, well, no, nothing. That's not really the correct answer. Yes, if you watch any of our videos, you will see possum versus dog video. We have animals attempt it. I live deep in the country, right? We have never in 2.5 years had an animal successfully kill one of our chickens, quails, or rabbits. So I give all that glory to God for giving me the desire to actually train my animals to do what they were meant to do, and to that Second Amendment and that shotgun that saves right by that back door. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this. It's just a quick video of just watching a bunch of kids have a great day in the country, and I hope that they took a lot from this experience. I hope that their moms get to go home and just start small. This is a 2.5 year process, but it's an amazing process. And we talk about that. We have almost no inputs any longer. And an input is something that you have to purchase off your farm to make your farm work, to work. It's not sustainable, especially nowadays with our increase, the inflation, the recession that our country is in, and the failure of our supply chains from worldwide. So at this point, I think most Americans are feeling a push, like, don't panic. Don't panic, guys. Don't. You can do this too. Okay? So enjoy the video. Just again, thank you, Bahia, for making this possible today. It's probably one of the best tours I've ever given. I had a blast. I am so sweaty in these tour, and during the tour video, you would just see me wringed in sweat, and then it rained on me after they left. But I wouldn't have changed anything, especially watching a bunch of kids play on this tire swing. They loved it. Feeding the fish, just getting to pet the baby rabbits, look at the chick, talk about broody hens. It was a blast. It was a blast. So if you have not yet done it, please like, subscribe, and comment. Coming to you from Southeast Louisiana, from Starkey Farmstead. All right, that's another one. Everybody do this. It's a closed loop, right? Miss Sam's gonna show you today the whole, that one too. The whole point of this tour is to show you how to do a closed loop farming system where you're not having to get things that are not within your own ability. So it's building sustainable systems. All right, guys, come on. We're gonna go see the comfrey. Come see. If you step on this, you're gonna slip, so please avoid the crack. All right. Everybody hold one of these, please. Feel that. You want to hold one too, huh? See how furry they are? Show them. It's a really
What
cool
is this?
Plant. This is comfrey. Oh. You want to see it? This is an amazing plant. This can be fed as fodder It can be tried and done on, like very similar to a hay. Just feel how furry it is. You can make teas out of this. Okay, quick story. Anybody that has seen any of our YouTube knows that my 80-year-old dad is my farm manager. He can outwork any of us. He was crushed by a tree 2 years ago. A tree in Watson fell on him and it pinned him to the ground for 80 minutes. We had multiple broken bones in the back, the knee, the hand, the foot, the pelvis. I actually went into Lady of the Lake with this plant, the big leaves, and I was wrapping them around my dad, and I will never forget the nurse's face. She's like, I'm not being rude, she's from Germany. What are you doing? And I said, well, this is called bone set. This is actually what this plant originally was bone set. You can heal your animals, you can heal your bones. My husband will have this wrapped around where he had that lymph node removed from his neck last night because it will heal wounds rapidly. It is a powerhouse. The tap roots on this can go up to 6 feet into the ground and pull up micronutrients that you normally can't find anymore because our soils are so depleted. Okay, so this can be turned into compost. It can be used as chop and drop all through your garden. You can make it a foliar spray. I have it over there already in a foliar spray. It's part of the reason why everything's so green and luscious, because I'm always spraying with it. Always spraying with it. It's got a lot of potassium, calcium, iron, magnesium. So a lot of the things that you kind of feel like you have to purchase, this plant will give it to you. You can feed it to your chickens. I feed it to my rabbits, especially my birthing moms. As soon as they're, because this will stop internal bleeding. Just have to eat it. Got to get it in you, and then it'll do what it was meant to do. It's an amazing plant. Very inexpensive. People are like, be careful when you plant it. It'll go crazy. Depends on what type you get, guys. This is called Bocking, B-O-C-K-I-N-G, Bocking number 14. It does not propagate through seed, though it has a beautiful flower. What was the number? Bocking 14.
That's right.
Can you eat it? Yeah. This, like, all my stuff is completely, like, when I tell you organic, you don't have to rinse anything off. Like, you're not going to get any kind of poisons. It's got a very thick taste to it.
AJ, you want to eat it?
I use it for teas. It's an amazing plant. It really is. So this is something I encourage anybody that has large livestock, small livestock, kids. Your kids get a sprain, cut this off, wrap it around with the ace bandage, the comfrey straight to the wound.
Where can you get it?
You can order it online. You can propagate it. I propagated some over there, but you can't propagate in Louisiana in this heat. It just won't root. It's too hot. You know, like it'll just stun it. So you can propagate in the spring. If you guys want some cuttings, give me a call in the spring when I start to separate out my root system. I have a cards over there. I can probably pull you guys 1 or 2 plants. This was actually two rootings made all of this. So you guys hold on to the leaves you have. We're fixing to go feed them to the rabbits.
Oh, I just ate mine.
That's okay.
Where do you order yours from?
I got mine from a lady up in the Appalachian Mountains who does organic growing, and I love to support like people who think outside the box. Like that, just it's all about the learning. And this woman just knew her plants, and she'll walk you through her whole garden. And I'll have to find it. And I'll send it to Valerie, because I'm pretty sure I still have her original. Like I keep folders of what I planted, and I'm pretty sure I still have that. She was amazing. Flip it in and let it go. Just put it into the cage and drop it for them. Here you go, Mama. Rabbits are pretty good. They'll eat what they want, and then they'll leave the rest.
Look, you want to feed this one over here? They don't have as much.
Will the chickens eat it?
Yeah, but you need to tear it up for chickens, only because they don't really have a bite and chew capability.
They peck.
Yeah, they tear, basically like a peanut.
It's a big one, huh? Oh, I'm not getting. There we go.
Okay, so here's a fun fact about rabbits. How many people here can belch?
Boys.
Can you burp? Burp. Right, you can burp, right? Guess what? Rabbits cannot. They don't have the capability to throw up or to belch. So you have to be very careful what you feed them and how much you feed them. Because if you build gas up on their bellies, you will kill them. Okay? It's called colicking. How many of you have cattle? How many of you have horses? Okay, you ever seen a horse colic? Or you heard your parents like, be careful, the horse is gonna colic, don't feed them that much. Rabbits are exactly the same way. Chickens are the same way. It's great, you can give them pelleted feed, bag feed, but a chicken is a carnivore. And what a chicken really wants is that. That's really what they want, guys. Okay, so you got to understand what your animals are naturally made to eat, and then you have to adapt to that. This is a sustainable system. I actually grow these. It was an accident when I found them. They love rabbit manure. So I catch rabbit manure in buckets in my main rabbitry. And when I found them, I just supported that natural system by making sure it stays nice and moist. And when it's time to feed my chickens, Miss Sam has a free protein source.
So do you have anything that tries to get your chickens since they're out?
Not at all. Not even your kids. They are toxic. So, golf balls. I know people that use plastic eggs, Easter eggs, and do the same concept. And I know somebody whose snake swallowed the Easter egg and then tried to go out of the chicken coop, and it got caught. Like, the front of it went out, but then the body where the egg was like couldn't go through the fencing, and they were able just to cut the head off. So you're gonna get snakes, and I find dead snakes in here all the time. They're pretty good at predator patrol themselves if it's smaller. The problem comes in, guys, where you've got like foxes, minks, possums, that kind of thing getting into your coop. Okay, that's like, and I
Go on the other side of Cole.
I couldn't make Fort Knox out here with these woods and keep coyotes, wild dogs. I can't tell you the amount of wild dogs I've had contests with out here in the yard. Me and the
Go on the
shotgun
other
and my
side
dogs.
of Go on the other side of Cole.
Because people think it's
Look
great
in
to
the
drop
van.
their animals off in the country because we live in the country. We're going to take everybody's animals. No. What happens is the dog you dropped off starves and becomes ill and gets hungry and desperate, and then they attempt at what they see as easy prey. There's 17 chickens and roosters, 20-something rabbits, and 16 quails in this one cage. This is a wonderfully large free buffet of food, right? If I was a predator and I was hungry and I smelled this is exactly where I would go.
How many rabbits?
There's like 20-something up front. Now I have a rabbitry across the
Get in
pond
front of
that's holding probably 30 or 40. And then I've got some in the shop too.
Get in front of AJ and
So
look at the eggs.
I'm pretty good at keeping my animals spread. Root system. Do you see the white all over the deep roots? So that is that same fungus we just pulled out. This one came out a couple of days ago. See that though? That will heal the whole root system. So, and then again, blossom and rot. Okay? So throw those over there. Now, before we do our taste test, here is your difference between a chicken egg and a quail egg. Right? This little egg right here has more protein and healthier vitamins than this egg right here. Oh, I thought that was something in the coop. My head turned, so I'm like, what?
Sorry.
So when I fry these for my husband, they look like cartoon eggs. They come out about this big. And it takes about a half a dozen, or he actually will be like, what is that? I'm not eating that. I know he's a big man. Like he needs 6 to 12 of these at a time. But these are better for him. So I swap up when I'm cooking. All right, so I made a squash casserole for the first time in my life the other day. And it called for 2 medium to large eggs. So I did 1 yard egg and 2 of these. And guys, let me tell you, it was so creamy. It was amazing. And so I'm always looking for ways to like add different nutrients and different vitamins back into everybody's meals. I mean, like, food's really expensive right now, so I'm trying to, that kind of stuff. All right, so this is our first attempt at pickling cucumbers, okay? So we're gonna try cucumbers. These are kind of sweet, but they are still crunchy, which I'm really excited about.
Bread and butter.
Similar. So
Those pickles.
they are. So I'm just gonna do like this, and you just grab off the end what you want. You want them?
I don't want pickles. Oh my goodness.
So these are organically grown, and you're welcome.
Now do you want a pickle?
They are really good, aren't they? Nice and crunchy.
You like it?
Miss Ann makes her own vinegar, so I don't make white vinegar yet. I'm still learning that process. My dad worked in chemical plants for years. You want one, baby? And so what I'm doing now is learning the process of actually making white vinegar. Because I don't know how many of you have started canning or I'm just starting it. And when I went to get white vinegar the other day, it was $5.
Wow.
I remember the day when it was $1.98.
Get one?
You want a pickle?
You can have more. Absolutely. That's what they're for. Grab. Go ahead.
You want one?
I hate pickles.
She said, I hate pickles.
They're good.
Oh, they're good.
Very good.
You want some? Did you want some?
Kind of eggs.
Quail.
Marina, do you like it?
Boiled eggs.
It is like a boiled egg.
With what in it?
With pickle juice. How about
Like with pickle juice.
I'll try it.
See if we can get that up
It's
for you.
okay, I'll give you the rest.
Matthew, are you gonna try one?
How does that?
Yeah, baby.
Really? Indeed.
It tastes like a boiled egg with pickles in it. These are actually, you can leave these on your in your refrigerator for up to 6 months like this. They are not canned per se, just pickled like you can with your cucumbers and stuff like that. So it's an easy way to preserve.
It's just like a boiled egg.
Anybody else want one?
Cole, you gonna try one?
You just take the dried
Come on.
dry
She wants
We
one.
boil it, then we peel it, and then we pickle it. Put a lid on it and set it in the refrigerator.